Hey folks, this is Gabe at Security.org, and today we're checking out the Logitech Circle View indoor and outdoor home security camera. Now, this device is made for Apple lovers. It's made for people that are really hoping to add to their Apple HomeKit automations and the like. So you know how we do things over here. We're going to break it all down for you, give it a detailed account of our experience so you can know if it's the right decision for you and your family. And remember, if you'd like to get a comprehensive written review, you can check that out over at Security.org. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, let's kick off today's look at the Logitech Circle View, going over a few pros and cons, beginning with those pros. Now, right off the bat, I have to talk about the fact that it is a 1080p high definition camera. It has a really nice 180-degree field of view, so it's capturing a lot. I mean, that is like doorbell level field of view with the Circle View camera. On top of that is nice night vision. And if you're someone who's worried about installation procedures, you don't have to worry about that. Just take your iPhone or iPad, plug it in, scan the QR code, and boom, you're set. Your Apple Home mobile application will get it all going nicely. You can see everything right there in that mobile application. No new app to download with Circle View. Now, let's talk about the cons with the Logitech Circle View. Now, right off the bat, you kind of have to have extra Apple elements to get most out of your Logitech Circle View. And what do I mean? I mean, you have to have a HomeKit hub, and this HomeKit hub is defined as either a HomePod, that's, upgraded firmware, or an Apple TV. So if you don't have that, you're saying, well, what does that really mean? I can't get, notifications said to me by Siri. No, it means you won't even be able to do things like remote live viewing, get certain notifications. That's a lot to have to pay extra when all the other devices out in the market don't require extra other devices. On top of that, you need to have an iCloud storage plan of at least 200 gigabytes in order to have an activity history with your device. Now, I, of course, have a HomePod, I have an Apple TV, and I have about a 2 terabyte, I think maybe 5 terabyte iCloud storage plan. But I'm unique in that sense. Not everyone's gonna have all those elements, so it's something to think about before you jump into the Logitech Circle View. So now we're talking about what's included with your Logitech Circle View. Now, right off the bat, I wanna say the fact that the Logitech Circle View gives you the camera, it gives you a little bit of mounting hardware, as you can see here. It gives you this 10-foot cable and a power adapter. Now, the fact that this cable does not detach shows that it's, IP64 weatherproof rated. You can put it outside, but the power adapter is really made for indoors. It's not power rated, so it's something to keep in mind when you're thinking about all the elements that come with this device, that it may not actually give you everything you need to properly set it up outside. Now, when I say that this is an Apple device and it's easy to set up, I really mean that, because once you plug this device in, you're simply gonna go into your Apple Home mobile application. It just says home, it's got a little picture of a house, and you're gonna hit add accessory, scan the QR code that comes with this device, and you're set. You're ready to go. Very easy, very straightforward installation. Probably took me, and I'm not exaggerating, 1 minute to have this device set up in my home with my Wi-Fi on the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. All right, so let's jump into the meat and potatoes, if you will, of the Logitech Circle View, going over that feature set, beginning with just how things look. I mean, they look great. 1080p, high definition video, massive 180-degree field of view. So basically, this is the field of view. It's capturing everything taking place. On top of that, it has pretty solid night vision. Everything's crisp, clear, just absolutely excellent vision. Really happy with the way things look with the device that's, still 1080p. What's interesting is that I've read that the 1080p is the limitation from Apple itself. That's not even a Logitech Circle View limitation necessarily. So I'd be interested to see what could possibly come out in the future. But I digress. It does look great. On top of that, the two-way audio, I can hear people pretty well. It's not as fluid, I was gonna say, as other two-way audios that we've seen recently, but generally fits the old standard for what two-way audio is with an indoor or outdoor home security camera. Additionally, this device is IP64 weatherproof, so it can handle a lot outdoors. Now, I do want to point out that I'm a little bit worried about the actual power adapter itself, considering that's not rated for outdoor use, but the camera is great design. It looks like it's pretty hardy. I mean, it's made out of metal. It's nice matte black. So I do think that this, especially with the cable that does not detach, is definitely ready for, you know, the elements here in Brooklyn. Something I want to shift to talking about with the Logitech Circle View is the Apple HomeKit security video elements. This is something that Apple really prides itself on. It doesn't really let that many cameras into its system for a reason, because they are encrypting things before they're sent into the iCloud. They're doing the analysis, they're doing the notifications all on the device. They're really trying to give you that extra step of privacy and security when it comes to your lifestyle and what's happening. And I mean, let's be honest, like these are some of the most intimate things that are gonna be happening when you're using this, for example, indoors. It's something to keep in mind. Now, with this, you're gonna get rich notifications is what they call it. And we're talking vehicle, motion, animal. It knows when it's my dog, it knows when it's me, and it knows actually when it's a lot of people because there is facial recognition built into this device. Additionally, I have iCloud storage and I don't have to worry about the 10 days of cloud storage working against me with this camera. So I can go back 10 days, see what happened, you know, a week and a half ago, and know exactly what took place without worrying about it, you know, taking up my iCloud storage that, you know, I use for like the million pictures I have of my dog. So a lot of different features and opportunities to really take advantage of, you know, things like activity zones and notifications with the Logitech Circle View. All right, so we've talked a lot about what this device can do, but you would love to see its real world applications, and most of those are gonna be viewed through an actual mobile application. So let's go ahead and dive into the Apple Home mobile application with the Logitech Circle View. So here I am checking out the Circle View in the Apple Home app. Now you can see right above, I've got different lights attached to this system. I have my HomePod, but most importantly, I've got the Logitech Circle View. Now I'm gonna jump right into a live footage. And so now you can see all the various things going on in the study or the living room. You can see it's a nice wide view, great perspective. And that's the live stream of what's going on. Maybe my puppy will walk by in a moment. But one thing I want you to note is that you see the talk button immediately. So if I wanted to speak to anyone there, I could do so pretty easily. And if you note where it says live, that's a timeline. So I can actually go back and see all different types of events throughout the day. You can see here me grabbing my coat, you know, seeing what's going on. So overall, really easy to jump into any element of the timeline. You can see what exactly it's seeing. So you can see that it was a person notification. You can see when it was my dog. All of that is available. So you can see that's the puppy right there, running and always following me around. And you can pick it by date. So at the top, you'll note that it has just the different dates in which the camera was on and taking video. So here's me with the dog right there. Let's go ahead and pause that. And if I wanted to share that, you can also do that directly from this part of the mobile application. I could share here, I hit next, and then it gives me a lot of different places in which I can decide to send it. So I can do various people, I can do messages, I can do mail, just a lot of different arenas in which you can just go ahead and send off that message. So really easy to share and download in that sense. But let's go back out and look at some of our settings. So now I've just decided to call this the Circle View, since this is the Logitech Circle View indoor and outdoor camera. I've decided what room it's in, the various you know, accessories that I want to be involved with, the light sensor, the motion detection. But you can also add automation. So if you wanted to add other elements to what this device does, with example, with various Lux products or other products that work within Apple Home, and there's a list of which on the Apple website, you can decide to set up those automations. Now, I do want to be clear that you're not gonna have the same number of automations as you would have with Google or Amazon yet, just because Apple has not allowed that many products into the Apple HomeKit ecosystem. Now below automation, you'll see notifications, and you'll decide on what type of notifications you get. So you can allow snapshots notifications, status change notifications. You can be notified when the camera goes offline, and you can decide, all right, this is what I need to know. But even cooler is below that, you have recording options. And this allows you to decide what all you'll do when you're home, when you're away, with your particular device. So you'll note here that I have it set up for streaming whenever I'm away. And this means when any specific motion is detected, and those for me, I've just set up as basically all the motions. So people, animals, and vehicles, it's going to not only record what's happening, but even record some audio. I can also just turn that off if I want to. Always want to keep in mind that there are rules in various states regarding what you can record in terms of audio and not record. Or you can have it always streaming and allowing for the recording. So what you'll note is that you can make your decisions on who can stream and who can record inside of the Home app. Now below that, you have facial recognition. So it's going to allow me to put various different people inside of the home. So I can say, okay, this is, my girlfriend, she's clearly here often. So it's going to recognize her name versus, neighbors and things of that nature. And what you'll note below that is you have your activity zones. So what's great is this wasn't initially available when the app first came out in terms of its ability to work with Circle View. Now, of course, Circle View was made just to work with Apple HomeKit, but that doesn't mean that all of its abilities, capabilities were initially unleashed. But fortunately, it did come out where you can actually have an activity zone set up, and you can decide, okay, I only want to capture things happening in this space. And it's great for me because, I can say, okay, this is the doorway in which I want everything to happen. So if I don't see something in this space, then I don't need to see it because this is where everyone has to enter the home, exit the home. So that's really useful. Below that, of course, you can decide on when you have a camera status light on. So do you want there to be a light on with what's happening? There's actually multiple colors within the Circle View: green, purple, red. You decide if you want to have a night vision light, and that's it. So you're not going to have the same level of depth with the Circle View when it comes to features and capabilities, but the things that it does do quite well in terms of that two-way audio, in terms of that being able to make an activity zone, facial recognition. All of those work actually quite well within the Apple HomeKit mobile application. All right, so now I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on the Logitech Circle View. I mean, right at the bat, I have to be upfront with the fact that I'm a bit of an Apple guy, and it's finally nice to have something that kind of works hand in glove with the Apple ecosystem, because frankly, with my work with home security, there's just not been a solid number of devices that really incorporate into that Apple ecosystem. And this is what this was built for. This is built for those who have Mac Airs, who have iPads, who have iPhones, who have HomePods, who have Apple TVs, because this is the device that works with all of those. It really can make all of those into, more than what they are independently. Just really fits into that ecosystem quite well. Because frankly, it's not gonna fit into any others. It's not gonna work with Google. It's not gonna work with Amazon. It's still a little spendy. It still requires a lot. But if you're an Apple enthusiast, this works well. It's gonna jump in. It's gonna give you that 1080p high definition video. It's gonna give you that two-way talk. It's gonna give you that 180-degree field of view, activity zones. It's gonna give you a lot. It's gonna actually be that device that lets you take advantage of Apple HomeKit secure video. That's something I've been really wanting to jump into for a long time, and this device finally lets me do it. So if you're the person looking to jump into the Apple ecosystem, have a home security apparatus, try to keep things safe, this is definitely a device you wanna look towards. Okay, thank you. You've made it to the end of our look at the Logitech Circle View home security camera. And if you appreciated today's video, maybe give us a like, maybe subscribe to our channel, Security.org, where we're dropping the newest in digital and home security each week. Or even maybe just give us a comment, some feedback, let us know what you like, what you didn't like. We're always looking to improve our video content, of course. Now, if you'd like to see all of the things that we've talked about today, you can check them out in the description below. We have lots of links, including the entire Logitech Circle View written review. But that's it for now. My name is Gabe. This is Security.org. Be secure.